All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever time it is, whenever you're watching this. So I got to start this one with an apology. I actually tested the system last night. I came down here, I had my cameras down here, I was getting ready to do a video, and my dad was needing some help with some of the RC stuff he was working on, and in the shuffle of doing everything, I ended up testing this, and I forgot to turn the cameras on. So, apologize for that. What I will say, though, is everything worked fine and great the first time. I didn't have to change any wiring, no smoke, which I was really, really happy about that. No smoke, everything was good. System works as it was designed, as it's advertised. Everything works really great. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the system up again and show it to you guys working. I have the backup battery already hooked up. I'm not going to do a full travel with the backup battery because I did it twice last night and it's a very small battery and it's really only designed to do it 2, maybe 3 times on a full charge, which this battery, the small battery, does trickle charge from the electrical system on the plane. But it's got there's a diode, or I'm not the most electrical savvy person, but there's a piece in the line that only allows electricity to flow one way. So it only goes to the battery. If I lose electrical in the plane, it will not send power back to the plane from the small backup battery. But it will operate the nose gear. So, let me turn the camera around here for a second, show you what I got going. So I got the backup battery down there, positive, negative, got all that stuff done, and I got my car battery here. It's going to be set up kind of janky. I'm actually going to use the clips from the charger, which is off and not plugged in. I'm going to use those to hold the bare wire ends onto the battery just for testing. And I'm only going to run it a couple of times.
5 minutes later.
So right now, the gear is in the up position, almost fully up position. And I get the yellow indication light when the nose gear's up. And that is a dim light, which is, wait till the gear's down, you'll see why I'm happy about that. And go to the off position, nothing happens. Go to the down position, and it extends ever so slowly. They say it's about a 20-second run. Now the thing, it won't do it right now, never mind. So it's going to come all the way down, it's going to stop. Once that switch up there gets tripped, like that. That green light is very, very bright, and that's not a light I would want shining in my face the whole time while I'm flying. That's why I'm glad that yellow indicator is not so bright. Oh, and I do not have the auto extend hooked up at the moment. I'm going to hook it up here in a minute so you guys can see. So we're going to go ahead and take the gear back up. And I have some concerns on that motor, which I'm going to go into those here in just a second. But I just want to show you guys that the whole system works. Then once I get it installed in the plane, I'm going to have to adjust some micro switches for the throw for my particular plane. Now, say I lost electrical power in the plane, I can push the switch up and hold it. I think I'd have to remember, but that's my emergency extend. So that's running off the small battery, not the big battery. And it's running noticeably slower. But that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. I'm not going to go all the way down with it. So we'll take it back up. There we go. Now I'm actually going to plug this in. And the way you do that, trying to come up with a way to hold this.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So all you do, this is a jumper piece that comes in there to eliminate this if you don't want to use it. So you just unplug this and plug this in. Now what this thing does, this reads your speed. It reads your airspeed. There's a line that comes out of this hole that goes to your pitot system. If your speed, I believe the preset is 90 knots. If you're under 90 knots, sorry, let me start from takeoff. When you take off and you get over 90 knots, it's supposed to automatically retract the gear for you. When you're on landing and you get under 90 knots, it's supposed to automatically extend the gear for you. Now, with this system right now, I'm not moving. There's no pressure going into that. So it's going to automatically extend, and there should be a 20-second delay. I think it'll be 20 seconds after I plug it in, but we'll see. I got to remember which way everything goes. Not like that. Not like that. Not like that. Of course, the last way. Oh, look, that one was wrong too. Hooray. It was the second way. So now I leave that plugged in for 20 seconds. It should start extending itself. There's my switches. There's my switches. See? It starts extending itself. Now, if I want to if I want to override that, the emergency extend switch right there, if I pull that down, that goes to auto defeat, and then I can go back up with it till the stops. But as soon as I let off the auto defeat switch, that 20-second timer in there starts again. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. And it works even if I put it in the off position. So the way to do it, see what I mean? This is where it gets kind of annoying to me a little bit. But I don't know how sold I am on the system yet on using this. The cool thing is I can put this plug somewhere in the plane where it's easy for me to unhook this and plug in the jumper. So I don't know. I'm going to have to mess with it a little bit more. So now it's in the down position, even though I've got it off. So when I get done, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera back around. So when I get done flying, what I'm going to have to do is be next to the plane, put the landing gear up, and then turn off the master. So that way, that box is no longer getting power. It'll stay there forever just because it doesn't have any power. As soon as I apply power to it, 20 seconds later, the gear will start to extend. I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of want to talk to some people that are actually using that box and see what they think about it. So, but anyways, yeah, so that's the system working. Seems like it works pretty good. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Hold on. Put up my little stand here for a second. I do want to unplug this. I want control over this thing. So that way... Oh yeah, hey. That makes it real easy. P2 matches up to P2. Put this here. So my concern right now is with this up here. This belt is starting to get worn in specific spots. And I have an idea what's causing it, but I'm not sure. If you can hear it, it sounds really rough. Now what I don't know, I want to see if I can turn this by hand. Oh, I can turn it by hand. That's nice. My concern is this area right there. That belt's getting eaten out. It's eaten away right there, and you can see it up here too. See if I can get it. Yep. See it right there? I don't know what's causing it, but I do know that this edge right here, this inside edge right here, let me find something to point with. Point a little bit better with. Ooh, there we go. That inside edge right there, that corner, and this corner right here are very, very sharp. This one down here is not so sharp. It actually feels nice and rounded, but this one is really, really sharp. And I'm wondering if that's what's causing that. So anyways, I don't know what's causing that. I do need to do some research into that. I need to do some looking around. Okay, just kidding. Not done for the night. That the belt wear issue was on my mind and was bothering me. And I wish I would have taken pictures before I took it apart, but I'll take pictures of what I got now, or I'll show you some video. Give me a second, let me turn the camera around and zoom out. Where is it at? Right there. Getting all sorts of chewed up. And right there too. So what I wish I would have taken a picture of, let me get a pointer. Looking at this, I went and looked at it. There's a big gap all up here. Just a big gap between this piece and this piece. So I looked down here between there, and there was a screw head that was sticking up more than this. I've fixed it now, but there was a screw head sticking up there and there and a little bit on these back too. So what I did was I got the I took this pulley off, got the belt off, and I pulled those two screws, or the 4 screws out in there. One screw was in completely crooked, and I don't know why. It wasn't right. Don't understand it. And I'm a machinist, I'm an inspector, so that kind of stuff bothers me really, really bad. So took it apart, looked at the threads. The threads look good. The holes through the plate look fine. Nice countersinks in there, or chamfers. Fine with all that. Put the whole thing back together, and as you can see, I have no gap all the way around, and maybe a little bit right there, but that's just, this plate may not be completely flat. Again, that's something I see all the time, but it completely mates right there. And over on this side, everything looks a lot better now. I'm going to put this belt back on it. I'm probably not going to hook up the electrics just yet. I'm going to get it back up to the plane and get it put in and try it up there. But yeah, I don't understand it. It's a great looking system. It just, that part doesn't look like it was put together right, and it would have eventually probably worn through that belt completely and potentially left me with no landing gear at all. So yeah, so anyways, now that's all I got for tonight. Everyone have a good night, have a good rest of your week, and like I said, you'll probably hear from me this weekend. See you.